Right, managed to pick this up today from Lidl. It's a Parkside cordless soldering iron, 20 volt. Doesn't come with a battery or charger, but I believe that's the same battery system as a lot of the other Parkside, and I've got a Parkside impact driver. I think it's the same as that, so yeah, you should be okay there. Apparently these are supposed to be very good. Working temperature up to 480 degrees Celsius. Heating up time 30 seconds. Wow, pretty quick. Yeah, so I'm hoping this is going to be really good for wiring, doing wiring looms and stuff like that on bikes, simply because of the heat. I've got another soldering iron, this one here. Well, I've got several soldering irons, but this is the sort of main one I use, and that is 40 watt. Yeah, so hopefully this one will give us a bit more heat. So let's get into it, see what we got. Instructions. We have a quick read of that before we go too far. I guess there's going to be spare tips. Oh, some solder, which is probably lead free, so we'll chuck that straight away. You rubbish stuff. Yeah, tips seem a little bit light to me. Feels like it's hollow. Yeah, a little bit of sponge, very thin. Cleaning the tip with. Yeah, that's all that's in there. Let's put that sponge. Needs water on there, needs soaking. So the basic thing, what have we got? This bit, which obviously, I guess, clips on here somehow. That way or that way? That way. No, can't be that way. We'll have a look at the instructions. Right, so there's another tip on there already, a pointer tip, which I'm not a fan of. I do like a flat one really, get more spread of heat. This is okay for circuit boards, things like that. I guess this unscrews. That's the heating element in there, I guess. Yep. And again, yeah, fairly lightweight tip. Might pay to get some. They're probably pretty standard type of tip for this style of heating element. So yeah, you can easily get those spare ones of those, I reckon. Looks like there's a decent length of lead on here. I can undo the twisty tie. Yeah, so what we got? Decent, really decent length looks of it. I did say on the front here how long it was. 1.5 meters. Yeah. Right, so yes, let's see from the picture now. That does go in there like that. So that will sit in there like that. Yeah, and once the battery is on there, that should be fairly sturdy. So I'll have a little read through the instructions and find my battery up, and we'll go from there. Right, so move that out of the way. That's the battery, which came with my Parkside impact driver. Supposedly fits this. Way around. Okay. Right. Power on. Red light flashes. We just have to wait for that. Read the instructions but forgotten already. Wait for that to go green, I think. Where are we? Press the on off button, status LED flashes red rapidly, the soldering iron heats up. As soon as the LED lights up green, the soldering iron is ready to use. Turns off automatically after 10 minutes, which is a good thing because I have before left my soldering iron on for days. As you can imagine, that's going to clog up a lot of electric. Right, green, ready to go. Okay, so first thing, just need to tin the tip. I'm going to keep it in shot, that is, and see what I'm doing at the same time. Okay, just clean that off. We should be ready to go. And by the way, this is tin lead flux cord solder, the real stuff. If you're new to soldering, whatever you do, don't try and use lead free. You just make life difficult for yourself. I can't stand the stuff personally. Good old lead, won't do any harm. Don't believe the hype. Been using it for years. Oh yeah, by the way, I've changed the tip over. That's the original tip, or the tip that was in there, and there's a little place there to keep it. So let's see, let's get some. This is just some fairly heavy grade audio cable. Let's just see, here we go. Oops, try and keep the tip on there. Bit dull, but it's certainly melted that okay, and it hasn't melted the insulation back, so that's a good thing, because sometimes if you use a iron that doesn't get hot enough, you can spend so long getting the actual wire hot enough to solder that it melts the insulation back. But that seems to be okay. If a little dull, it would just be this old wire is a bit knocking around in the garage, so let's just give that try this other end. And just give it a twist. Get it in the old helping hands. think I would prefer some heavier tips, and these seem to be kind of hollow, which is a bit weird. It certainly feeds in alright. It's a little bit quicker than the other iron anyway. So yeah, all in all, seems okay. Right, and to turn off, let's get the shot. That should now flash. Just to tell you, it's just a warning that it's still hot. So that flashing should stop in a little while. Does it say how long? Push the on off button. LED flashes red slowly for approximately 10 minutes. Cooldown time. Well, I don't think we'll video 10 minutes of an LED flashing. Right, I'll see if I can find some circuit board up, wait for that to cool down, change the tip over, and let's see what it's like on circuit board. Right, so just got an old piece of circuit board, some old project that I've obviously built and not used. Yeah, so I just got this old capacitor in there. We'll give that a go. Let's see how this works. Right, I have changed out the tip. Just want to give that a tin. Right, and again I'm using the lead flux cords solder. So let's try getting in here. Oh yeah, that's actually much better than the other. This tip does seem to be a little bit heavier than the flat one. That's really good for fine work actually. Yeah, that's well nice. I'll put this on macro so I can have a better look at the joint. I'll just trim them down a bit. The old Nipex are a little bit big for cutting them down, but yeah, I'll change the camera onto macro and hopefully we'll be able to get a good view of that. Hopefully that's focusing, which is more than be said for my eyes, but there we are. That's these, where are we? These two. Let's get something to point with. So it's that one and that one. Look at that. Yeah, so in actual fact that's pretty good for fine work. These other ones on here is what I've done with my other mains powered soldering iron. Actually they're pretty good, those ones. Yeah, so I am suitably impressed. Let's better switch that off now. Retain the battery. Yeah, so that's now in its cool down state again. Yeah, seems to be okay really. I think it was $12.99. Really, you know, you can't complain at that, can you? 13 quid for a soldering iron with a good long lead. Yeah, it seems to do the job okay. So I should probably be using this when I do the electrics on the CB350 and see how we get on with that. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that. That's the Parkside cordless soldering station, 20 volt PLSA 20 LIB2. So it's a bare unit, so you don't get the battery or charger with it, but it's the standard 20 volt battery across the whole of the Parkside range. So yeah, pretty good.